Good morning, Dopey. Your favorite podcast. Now make YouTube show.
Good morning, Dopey. I like that Howie actually used the outro music from the Dopey song, right? And oh, hi, Aaron. We're joined by strung out author, elite equestrian, fucking unrequited advice columnist,
Ingenue.
Unrequited.
and fucking Howie, fucking Howard Beach Bucksbaum. What's happening? Now, Aaron, let me ask you a question. Yes.
yeah.
What are you gonna say? Aaron,
I don't know. Go ahead.
as far as nicknames go, and Howie, I want you to take a break for a second. How would you rate Howard Beach Bucksbaum as a nickname?
I mean, it's good, but I don't know if I'd like it if somebody gave me that nickname.
No, Howie hates it. What if I called you Aaron Gobra?
That was like, it takes me back to elementary school. That's what like in elementary school it was like, oh, Aaron go bra. Aaron doesn't need a bra.
Well, I don't have any nicknames. I don't like it when people call me Dopey Dave. I hate that. People call me Dopey Dave all the time, and I think they think I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Should I
Right.
like it? I don't like it.
No. Why should you? I mean, why should you like it?
If Chris hadn't died, nobody ever would have called me Dopey Dave.
What?
But they just wouldn't have, because there was two of us.
What did Chris call you?
They wouldn't
Dave.
say Dopey Dave and Dopey Chris.
No, it would just been Dave and Chris. But once Chris dies, I become fucking Dopey Dave, the idiot.
Right.
Sucks.
True.
Just like, yeah.
Just like that.
All right. That's the worst part of Chris
Yeah,
dying.
that's the worst thing.
Is that I had to be called Dopey
Poor
Dave.
you.
Next week is actually shit.
Uh-oh.
That's so funny, because today I think is the 4-year anniversary of Chris's death.
Really?
So it's
Today?
July 18th.
Wow.
Huh.
Let me double check that. Hold on for a sec. Everyone talk amongst yourselves.
Where would you double check something like that?
I have my sources. Just talk amongst yourselves.
Wikipedia?
Talk amongst
Aaron,
yourselves.
how's your summer so far?
Dopepedia. My summer's okay. You know, I'm like I'm in LA right now
Oh, you are?
on the 18th of July.
Oh, that's right. So you're in LA, and boy, your arm's tired.
Yeah.
And what else?
Yes. You know, I had surgery in the beginning of June, so I'm recovering. I've got my big Band-Aid.
Mhm.
How
are you feeling?
Let's see. I'm feeling okay. I mean, my voice is still not 100% back, but it sounds fairly normal. It's just still a little bit. I still can't quite project as loud as I normally can,
Right.
but it's slowly been coming back.
That's good.
But I'm okay. You know, it's I've got lots of like stuff suddenly going on for me work-wise, so that's all
sounds
good.
good.
You know,
What are you doing
just
in LA?
rolling with it.
What's going on in LA?
They're going to make a TV show about Aaron's life.
Really?
Well,
Who's they?
yeesh.
I don't think you're allowed to use that word. All right. See, Dave said something out
This
loud.
is,
that I
this is
wasn't
we're not
supposed to.
discussing this.
Not talking
It wasn't
about Dave.
the
Fuck you.
18th. It was the 24th.
Of what month?
July. Fuck.
See how he gets that wrong?
God damn it.
I do.
Fucking shit. Fucking hell, man.
Why are
Hold
you
on,
upset?
I gotta see something.
Why don't you just change the date?
That's not even funny.
Just move the date in your mind.
You know what? That is actually good news for me. That changes how I'm going to put up episodes of The Dopey Show. I know you guys are all wondering how I come up with the magic of The Dopey Show.
Literally no one cares.
Aaron's got a lot of stuff going on, Mr. Beach.
I do.
Beachy Bucksbaum.
I'm very happy for you. I think that's amazing. So you're going to be in LA.
Yeah.
Aaron, show us your
You are.
scar.
Well, that's not why I'm going to LA to visit my mom. You want to see the
No,
scar?
she's bragging.
All right.
Oh, we don't need to see the scar.
If you're squeamish, just turn away. Or look at how he might be squeamish. Ooh.
Wait, why'd you put the bandage on?
Is it done?
Because because when I go outside, I can't have any sun on it. So even though I have sunscreen on, I don't want to. And I've been running in now. See?
Who's a famous woman that slit their throat?
What kind of trivia is that?
A famous woman who slit her own throat.
Yes.
How do you know that? I don't know
know.
who that. Do you know somebody?
No, I just
Imelda
think
Marcos?
that's what you could do for Halloween.
Oh, totally. But it should hopefully be a little faded by
Right.
by the time DopeyCon rolls around.
Do you
It
have
won't
to-
be
do you
quite
put
as prominent,
something
But I
on
can
that?
make it gorier.
Do you put some
Ointment,
Yeah, do you put something on it to
some
reduce?
balm, salve.
Does it hurt?
I have like a scar, like a. Mm, it, no, I mean it's still like a little bit tender, but like I have to like massage it a couple times a day.
Oh, Margaret.
I know. There's
What's
still
wrong with you?
dissolvable stitches in there, so it's like trying to get them to dissolve. It's gross.
they haven't
I don't
dissolved
know
fully
what to
yet?
tell
Do you
My-
see what? Do you see
My
what? A,
husband's so grossed out by it. I'm like, thanks, but
Did you have a drain when it first happened? Did they have a
I
drain in there?
didn't this time. The first time, because I had a partial thyroidectomy in 2008, and I had a drain then. I had like a blood bag. I can send you a picture. I think I
Holy
sent Dave a picture. It's
shit.
really gross.
Howie
this
is
time
like-
they didn't have to put a drain in.
he just starts talking, and then everyone starts talking, and I swear you.
I know.
We don't need you.
Howie could talk forever. You should see Howie and Linda. It's
Go
like
away.
That's what I do. Is I go away.
This is my show.
All right, How?
What day
Here,
is
it? Let's
July
do it.
18th.
July 18th.
July 18th.
Can't wait.
All right, do it.
Do what?
Here.
I'm not reading. There's no way.
That's your show. All right, get yourself out of here. Disrespect me like that. Jesus Christ. Grateful for what I have. All right, Howie, come back. You can come back. During this process, all right, go. Get out of here. Get out of my sight. During this process of learning more about humility, the most profound result of all was the change in our attitude toward God. Today, my prayers consist mostly of saying thank you to my higher power for my sobriety and for the wonder of God's abundance. But I need to ask also for help and the power to carry out his will for me. I no longer need God each minute to rescue me from the situations I get myself into by not doing his will. Now my gratitude seems to be directly linked to humility. As long as I have the humility to be grateful for what I have, God continues to provide for me. I really think that if we wrote a new daily reflections book and called it Dopey Reflections, like I think people would buy it. I think
it would be a lot
150
more
people.
relevant.
I think 150 people would buy it. Howard, what are you doing over there?
I was doing homework.
I was grateful for Howie not being there, but I was also feeling his presence in here, but not in the screen at the same time.
Feeling me watching you.
Yes, it felt yucky. It felt like how you feel at the ocean was you watching me.
Yeah.
All right. Humility, gratitude, those are nice things. Now my gratitude seems to be directly linked to humility. As long as I have the humility to be grateful for what I have. Yeah, I mean, I think that gratitude and humility kind of can be the salve for any wound. Wouldn't you say? Ask Aaron Carr.
I'd say yes. And I'd say that also, especially, I remember thinking this in early recovery because one of the, like when I was in early recovery and working the steps, my sponsor had, directed me to make a gratitude list at I don't know if it was the beginning of each day or the end of each day or whatever. And I found that sometimes the things that I was grateful for were really small because there were a lot of bigger things that were happening for me that weren't great. And the thing that I realized is that it's a good reminder for people that like gratitude and grief or gratitude and pain or gratitude and any kind of sadness are not mutually exclusive. I think that like it's a good reminder in both directions that like it doesn't mean you're not grateful just because you're having a tough time, right? You can still feel grateful for the things you have and more in the things that you don't.
Sure.
Or the things that you lose or whatever. And conversely, even in moments of great suffering, there are things that I have been able to find to feel grateful for. Even if I can't do that all the time, like I've trained myself enough to come back and ground myself in the things that I'm grateful for, whether, it's like the relationships I have with certain people or whatever. And that's comforting.
Right. I think there can be, misery and gratitude at the same time. But I think also in misery, you can turn to gratitude for relief. Like that's something you can do.
Right. It's comforting.
Howie, you're miserable often. Do you ever turn to gratitude for relief?
I am not miserable, and I'm always grateful.
All right.
I'm
I
not
think-
miserable. I don't go into situations that make me miserable. I stay away from negativity.
Well, this is another good lesson in recovery is learning how to set boundaries in your life so that you're not constantly in miserable situations
That's what I'm
with
saying.
people.
You know what I say about people oftentimes with the T, the hard T, is
I think it's oftentimes.
no, I like to say often.
Why?
So go fuck yourself.
Why?
'Cause that's how I go.
Aaron, you're smart. Do you say often or often?
I say often, but
Yeah,
you
smart
know,
people say
I have
often.
heard people say
I say
often.
often.
Wow. Okay. Continue.
Oftentimes.
Yes, Mr. Beach.
I don't remember what the fuck my point is. Oh, I say that there are people whose philosophy is that it's always a problem. They
What are you talking about?
They love having problems. They love the drama. It's always a problem. There are people that are, that I know. There are people
like
that you
the
know.
beach, like people, like
No,
the
no,
ocean,
no,
like cats,
I mean,
like the couch.
This is a friend who you'll talk to, and every single time you talk to them, there's a problem. And all of their problems generally are like, then just don't do that, or just stay away from that, or just, it's like,
Well, they crave it. They
right,
crave the
it's
problem.
always a problem. There are
It's
people
not
that
even
just love
sometimes
it.
it's not even that they crave it. I think sometimes people get stuck in a loop of being used to feeling a certain way.
Right.
And they're not even consciously doing it, but they're so used to feeling like in crisis all the time
Yes.
that they end up being in crisis
They're
over things that
addicted
they
to
don't
it.
really need to be, because that's just they've been operating from that place for so long,
That's how I
I
am.
hear that. Yeah, you're addicted to chaos.
Yeah, you are a little bit like that.
It's always a problem.
That's
with
true.
you.
You're a little bit like
You're
that.
always a problem.
Not and like, yeah.
I mean,
What do you mean?
I mean, not. I don't mean like
mean,
there's
just
always
stop.
I don't mean there's always a problem with you. I mean that
I
sometimes
do.
you might see a problem where there isn't one.
Right.
That's because my mind
suck.
is constantly solving problems.
It's not solving. You make it worse.
I solve
Stop solving the
problems.
problems. All
I'm
you
the
do is
ultimate.
cause a
I'm the
problem.
ultimate problem solver.
Wish.
I'm like the Swiss Army knife of problems.
Right.
I'm the Jewish Swiss Army knife of problems. And listen, you go fuck yourself. I don't have problems. I have solutions. You're my problem, and I don't have a solution. All right. Thank
I have
you,
a solution.
Aaron. Have a wonderful trip. I hope you enjoy the City
Thank
of
you.
Lights. Just another lost angel. City of Lights. City of Lights.
Another lost angel.
All right. Say goodbye, Howard.
Goodbye, Howard.
Stay strong, Dopey Nation. I want to apologize for Mr. Beach. And fucking toodles for Chris.
Kudos for Chris.
Dopey, I'm face down on the